Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, hello. I am coming to you live today. This is our On the Move segment. And currently, like I've said in several other videos, I am not on the move. I'm sitting in my house because of the obvious reasons. We're moving about here in California, but it's not the same. So I'd rather just sit and give y'all information via Western astrology and what Spirit says for me to say, all my ancestors and all my guides. So that's what we're going to do here. There's a full moon today in Sagittarius that I'd like to tap in and expound on for all of you out there, and also utilize some other information that wants to come through. Hey, listen to this. If you are a cross watcher, thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate you for stopping on my face and saying, hey, she's kind of cute. Let me see what she's talking about. I appreciate that. In the description box below, you'll find out some more information about me. I write for Essence Magazine, the horoscope column in the back. I also have thousands of clients, and I'm here to serve God and to assist the people while I assist myself in the meantime. So that is who I am. I want to see the folks that rolled in here. I like saying hello. So for those that are new to my page and my channel, you got to give me at least 45 seconds to say hey to the people. John, what's going on? Danielle, what's happening? Okay, you made it. Infinitely Soul Shine. Hi, sweetie pie face. What's up, Christopher? I'm going to get it right one day. Nick. Mwah! I love you, sweet pie. Michi, what's happening? Robbie Rob is in the house. And Wise, what's going on? Leela's here. That's my girl right there. We about to move mountains. William Matthews, walaikum salam, sir. And Vaughn is in the house. What's up, Truthful Try. Good God. Truthful Try is here too. Bijou, what's happening? Nee, I hope I pronounced that right. Is it Nisi? Did you miss a letter or something? To Neil, what's going on? Tia and DJ Shani, what's happening? Oh, Polish My Pearl. Yay, Tree. Okay. Truthful Tree. Got it. Hello, sweetie pie. Shalise and Synergy is here as well. It's Shawnee. Shawnee baby, the drummer? Shawnee? No, it's not Shawnee. Not Shawnee baby. Okay. Jay Walker is here too. Oh, love you, Matthew. That's so sweet. Yolanda's here. Okay, let me get started because I'll just start talking to everybody and then it's already 3 minutes in. And we haven't talked about a daggone thing. But this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this full moon in Sagittarius. And the reason why I entitled it, Where's the Lie? If you didn't know. Oh, same pronunciation. Okay. Hi, how are you, Shawnee? DJ Shawnee. I'm from New York, so we got to put a little twist on it. Listen, today is an interesting day. It kicks off, as I said before, in my weekly rundown. And if you have not seen it, please go back and check it out once you see this video. I'd appreciate that. It's a little bit more extensive information on the full moon. I'm going to do my best, especially in these whatchamacallits, on the move. I try to use astrology, but stay mostly on what Spirit is pushing through a sister in this moment in time. Okay? So check it out. Today is that full moon in Sagittarius, and the reason why it is such a big deal because it is sparking off a new series of Sagittarius and Gemini eclipses that's going to last for the next year and a half. Huge. And the reason why I entitled it Where's the Lie is because Sagittarius energy believes in truth. Now, I know one or two of you must have said, I know a Sagittarius, that motherfucker lies all the time. I'm not saying that they completely truthful people and don't like to get over. But what I'm saying about Sagittarius energy, there's a light and a justice. There's a truth about it that comes from knowledge, that comes from adventure, that comes from the quite honestly, the cojones, like the balls to actually get through a situation to figure out what it's really all about. That is the underlining truth of the fact that they love truth. Does that make sense to y'all out there? Yes, yes, y'all. If you're new to who I am, when we agree or when we're like trying to communicate, it's a yes, yes, y'all kind of situation. You can put up 3 Y's or just say yes, yes, y'all. You know, I'm straight hip hop, word life, word up. Word up, doc, on the ultimate. So y'all get what I'm saying, right? That is the truth of the truth. Don't be so superficial when I say they like the truth. They like to get to the center of it. Now, the thing about it is we're at a full moon in Sagittarius situation, right? Full moons mean to end something. When it's an eclipse, it ends it almost drastically. It ends it like incredibly quick. Like you don't even have time to prepare for it. The thing about eclipse series, and this may be redundant for some people, so just hold on with me. The thing about eclipse series is that they come usually 2 or 3, most of the time 3, in the same sign, different degrees, but within the same sign, Sag and Gemini, hitting certain certain houses in your chart, right? That allows you to slowly but surely expose. The eclipses will knock you off your feet one time. You didn't get it? Boom. Second time. You still didn't get it? Boom. The third time. You understand? They keep coming to change you in a particular area in your life. So I say, with that in mind, stay with me because this day is really, really interesting. So I'm taking a shower. For those that know me, I get a lot of hits in the shower. Like I'm a water sign. So the water's coming down on me and I'm in the shower and I'm like, okay, God, what we talking about? They said, we're going to talk about that thing, about that truth versus the wish, about the truth versus how it's necessary to not only continue to heal, but continue to come from and this is going to sound very general, but I'm explaining a spiritual space. Why? The eclipse in Sagittarius, being a full moon eclipse in Sagittarius, is today at odds with Mars in Pisces. Yo, I can't tell you how much of a big deal that is. I can't tell you how we are, in some respect, and please do yourself a favor to find the truth, right? In some respects, we are fighting ourselves to find the truth so we can stay in the escapism and or the delusion and illusion, with an S, plural, right? Of that Mars in Pisces, but more so that Neptune in Pisces. Did y'all hear what I said? Does that make sense to you? When this eclipse is hitting you, regardless of where it hits you in your particular chart, it is asking to really unnerve, unhitch, take the lid off of some things that need to be said in your life, that need to be revealed in your life that you haven't had the balls yet to do. When Mars comes in and is squaring that in Pisces, it says, do it from a perspective in which you see God. Do it from a perspective in which you see spirit. Do it from a perspective in which you can pray about some things. And when it's revealed to you, not only do you believe it, you act on it. You move on it. Now, some of y'all may say, oh, that's easy. We've been doing that for the last couple of years. It's been a lot of truth being revealed. Yes, it absolutely has, but not like Sagittarius truth. And when sometimes, a lot of times, when we sit after we revealed so much, understand this, when we sit after we revealed so much in the last couple of years, and then you go, oh, you want more truth? A lot of things can happen. People can get lazy. People don't necessarily want to see no more truth that's coming in. People go into denial and say there's nothing else. I've been exposing myself. I've been crying so much. I have to continue to cry. You want me to keep going? You want me to keep putting it out? You want me to keep seeing my wounds? Yeah, because squirrel, don't you know that the wounds that you harbor and what's needing to be revealed is not only like wounds and pain and shit that you've been through in this life? Fortunately and unfortunately, we are the generation of people, those between, I'm just going to call us out, between 20 and 50 years old. And that's a big freaking gap. But think about it like this. We all on the planet have some semblance of responsibility, but especially those that are capable of doing something and understanding of their spirit and understanding of their emotions and their consciousness. We are at a space right now that we have to keep emptying out. You know why? Because we're holding shit. We are holding things for generations, for our ancestors. That's why they are so hot and heavy right now. That's why that Mars and that Neptune is in Pisces saying, don't forget us. Don't forget. Don't think that you just cried through your pain for the last 2 years, for the last 10 years, rather, honestly. And systems are breaking down and your life just doesn't seem to be the same. Don't think that that's the last of the last. Like, you have a job. And you may think that you've done everything that you could do. But that Neptune in Pisces, that Mars in Pisces is like, yo, keep going on the ride, cousin. Keep rolling with spirit. Keep divulging information. Keep peeling off layers. Keep knocking it down. We have to. Don't go into denial about things. Don't think that you've done it all. Don't try to outsmart yourself. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing like trying to dupe your damn self. Who does that? A lot of Aquarius energy does that. I might want to, put y'all out on the freaking, I don't know what I was going to put you out on. The plank. On the table. Okay, let me put you out on the table. I put you out on the table, because here it is. Sometimes we overthink or we're too smart for our own good. And we do our best to try to skirt around and get around the pain and the hostility and the wounds in which we need to recover from. We're doing a lot of work for a lot of people. Here's the thing. If you're alive, you have the power to do that. If you are alive, you have the wherewithal to do that. If you are born in this time and day, your ancestors and your guides have set you up properly to make sure you can do this thing. This sounds general, I know, right? This sounds really general to y'all, or y'all understanding me? I try to make it general, but at the same time, I try to just listen to what I'm being told. At the same time, I try to give information. It's a little bit of a, top of the pin kind of balancing act that I try to do when I come on here. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't make it too specific for everybody. It's too many people. But the bottom line is I don't want to make it too elementary where y'all get turned off. Understand, there's a deeper space to go to. You have to keep going. You have to keep unleashing. Now, we've been talking crazily about being quiet. At least I've been, and some of you have chimed in through the, through the comments about being quiet, about being systematic. And it seems to be that there's being quiet and being systematic while you're quiet. Strategizing some things, putting some things together, thinking about what the next level is going to be. Well, let me tell you this full moon in Sagittarius sitting on this Mars and sitting on Neptune is also aiding with that. Why? Because Pisces is passive aggressive. Understand that. It's spiritual, it's ethereal, it's connected, it's intuitive, but it's incredibly passive aggressive. Now, let's go out on a limb because I like to see the best in every situation. Pisces passive aggressiveness could actually work at times. At times. Look at it like this. The reason why we're being quiet, the reason why we're going further in to release whatever it is that we need to release about ourselves, the pain and the wounds about ourselves and about our ancestors, and keep going and digging. Because that Pisces energy says, you're going to go. I'm going to take you exactly where you need to go. Not only that, we're going to be passive aggressive about this and go around situations. Let me express to you. Sidestepping, as a Cancer, I notice, sidestepping and going around situations doesn't mean that you're not going to solve a problem. Are y'all following me? It doesn't mean that you're not going to solve a problem. This can be in your life or in the collective in what we're doing and what we're going through right now. You need those on the front line. We say prayers for them all day, every day. But there is a passive aggressive ocean move that's happening around this full moon eclipse today. that's exposing truth and begging us to get deeper and deeper and deeper into our hearts so we can take that information and continue to sidestep, to continue to swim on the waves, so to speak. Are y'all following my poetics? To continue to swim on the waves, so to speak. Because when you take a sidestep, instead of going straight towards it, and Mars is going to be in Aries soon, in which we're all going to be like, fuck this shit, let's just go after June 29th. Before that, you got to sidestep. You got to see, what battles to fight. You got to see who to call, what resources to pull out, of your ass, I was going to say, but you know what I'm saying? Who to connect with. You got to watch. You got to be passive aggressive. You got to know when to go and come. You got to know who to speak to. These are important times. So important that the distractions are many. You understand? But whatever has been done in the past is so incredibly obvious and goddamn insulting that we, you and me, have to find other ways in which to attack the situation. Does that make sense? Any situation in your life or the global situation in our lives, whatever, and both. Y'all hearing? This makes so much sense to me. Remember squares, the full moon in Sagittarius eclipse today towards Neptune and Mars, right? Also, the sun is going to square Mars tomorrow. So remember, squares bring challenges, bring, hard bent, like, I just don't want to do it like that because that's not how I'm wired. And you might feel that. I'm going to go straight forward. I'm not dealing with passive aggressive. We've been passive aggressive. I want to fight. Not like this. We have not been passive aggressive like this. Ignoring things is not passive aggressive. It's ignoring things. We are aware and being passive aggressive at the same time, finding our freaking footing, and then we attack. This might sound redundant to you. You probably heard me say this, but I'm saying this again because this is the jump off point. These eclipses in Sag and Gemini, this is the jump off point. Are y'all feeling me? I'm so glad. Squares can actually help you to grow. It can, once you respect, it's like you respecting the chick or the dude that's in your classroom or whatever, or that's at your workplace or whatever, and they just don't look nothing like you. They don't speak nothing like you. They just on a whole nother plane. But if you sat back and you paid attention to them, I'm explaining the dynamics between squares and two planets or an asteroid and a planet. When you sit back and when you see them and you study them and you recognize that they do a whole lot of shit that you don't do, but you can learn from it. You can really learn from it. They're so gregarious and you're quiet. You can learn to use some type of, gregariousness every now and again because you sat and you learned, as opposed to poking fingers and having a hard time. Pointing fingers and having a hard time understanding it, staying in your head about it. Open up, everybody. Open up and learn what you need to learn without being distracted by nonsense. This full moon in Sag today, I'm telling you, it's kicking off a whole nother vibration of understanding and what we're going through. Because here's the other part of it. It's way too much to talk about. I'm getting off this thing. Here's the other part of it. It's going to hit at the end of the year, beginning of next year, when Saturn goes back into Aquarius, as it's backing up right now, when it's going to go full into Aquarius at the end of the year, like around November or so, right? When it goes back direct. It's going to be dealing with not only the Gemini North Node that's happening right now, but it's going to be dealing with these Sagittarius and Gemini, eclipses that are happening. I can't tell you how much of a big deal that is. Why? Because these eclipses are aiding to the change. Understand this, that Saturn Aquarius is revealing. Let me say that again. Saturn in Aquarius is exposing fear, discipline, responsibility that we need to have, the restrictions and the limitations of our society. As Saturn in Aquarius rolls into that, it already is in it, but it's going backwards. So it's going to go into Capricorn and then it's going to go forward again into Aquarius at the end of the year, by the end of the year. So these eclipses hitting in Sagittarius and Gemini likes Saturn and Aquarius. Understand that. So we are exposing what? Truth in our society. But it ain't gonna be easy. And there's gonna be a lot of people running like roaches. You know, when you flip the light on in the middle, I don't know. I was born and raised in the projects. You flip the light on in the middle of the kitchen and the roaches go scattering. People are trying to scatter. Not right now. Not right now. They're trying to hold on to whatever privilege that they have. Trust me, it's a lot of people that still want to live behind their gates and their gated communities and shit. And don't want to have nothing to do with what's happening, but they won't be able to in a little while. Because all the lids are going to be taken off of humanity. Everybody is going to see themselves in some way or not. And I'm preaching to the choir when I say this, so just roll with me. But it's one of my pet peeves. It's one of my extreme pet peeves being on this planet to say that my neighbor doesn't think that what they do or what I do is going to affect each other. It's such a bullshit concept. These are people that don't respect energy. These are people that don't respect spirit. These are people that don't respect what's happening on the other side and how they are doing their best to champion and move us forward. These are people that don't know who the fuck they are, truthfully. And I'm saying that blunt and right straight out. Energy begets energy. We are going to soon find out, trust and believe that what you do is going to affect me. You know why? Because them barricades are going to come down. And them motherfucking guards, coastal guards, are going to go into these pristine little neighborhoods. People's money is going to be fucked with. Unfortunately, more people may have to die. But it's going to be everybody dying, not just those that are considered minorities. Understand this. That's the lid that this Sagittarius eclipses, Gemini eclipses is taking over and taking off, I should say, what's going on with the Sagittarius, Saturn and Aquarius. It's so much. It's way too much. And I didn't intend on speaking about all of this, to be quite honest with you. That's why my brain is kind of like, okay, we talking about that. But God says say. So here we are. That's a lot. But where's the lie? Where's the lie that we need this shit to happen? Where's the lie that we really, really need this shit to happen? And if you've been doing your work and you've been moving forward and you've been releasing, you're all right. You won up on everybody. And there's no competition, but it's to say that now your job is to remain calm and centered. The healers that have been talking about this for a decade or two, right? The healers that have been out there praying, you know, the therapists, the folks that are coming, the shamans that are coming together, the elders that have been dropping science, the people that have been dying and crossing over. They knew they was leaving to prepare us for today. Are y'all following? They knew. Where's the freaking lie that we got to get our shit together? And that's everybody. I'm not just talking about white people. I'm not just talking about the police. I'm not just talking about our governments. That's everybody. Why do we look towards other people, truthfully, to make who we are? Does this make sense to y'all? We are one. We're in this together. And if we don't realize that and let a handful of people control us and take us up the mountain to kill us, man, you can make enough money right where you are by selling to your neighbors right now. You don't have to go to Nordstrom's. You don't have to go to Target. We have to pull it together and think about the micro influences as opposed to the macro influences. People that matter to us, because they're striving to get rid of us all. And that's for real. Okay, I'm on a soapbox and I don't know where else to go with this. So I'm just gonna stop. And I see you guys commenting, or maybe you're talking to each other. But if I keep on going, I'm gonna go down a whole bunch of alleyways, and I don't want to take up your time. I pray that you got something out of this, something new, because I do repeat myself every now and again, and I think it's for good reason, because sometimes we forget. Sometimes we get caught up in our emotions. Sometimes we get caught up in our singular, I like to say singular sensation. It just feels good coming off my mouth. But what I really mean by that is like our individuality. We get caught up in, being self-centered. We get caught up in our job and our money. We get caught up in what we need to do. And that's real. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to be strong for the next level, for the next situation. But at the same time, we have to consider, even if it's just 5 people, if it's 10 people, However many people you can handle, because not everybody is meant to be in a community of 50. Not everybody is meant to live on a goddamn piece of land and we all got our own, garden. Not everybody is like that. But if you have two people, one person, you can consider to come together with, truthfully, that's your community. Nobody's judging you for that. Come together with somebody that can help to make it better for everybody. That's it. You're so welcome, Danielle. I hope y'all had a nice little conversation with yourselves, and I hope y'all received this. Thank you, Medea. Big love to you all. Utilize this full moon in Sagittarius in the best way possible because, again, it has begun. It has absolutely begun. And prayerfully, as I try to get off and just continue to talk, prayerfully, you've utilized what that Cancer Capricorn information that just came through for you in the last 2 years. Because we're almost done with the Cancer Capricorn eclipses, which will finish on June 21st. That's the last Cancer eclipse. And then we have one more Capricorn eclipse. And with them being the last two of that particular series, like I explained earlier, each level or each eclipse helps to break down certain parts of your body. So, parts of your life and things that need to change. So where is that in your life? Keep yourself one up on that, right? So you can make this transition easy, because Capricorn and Cancer comes with its own set of rules and its own set of laws and healing opportunities as it swooshes on into Gemini and Sagittarius. We're in the crossroads right now, as I was telling Nick earlier. We're in the freaking crossroads on so many levels. So where was that maternal and paternal thing that you had to, and your family thing that you had to lock up, get rid of, deal with, make stronger in the past 2 years as we go into Gemini and Sag, the truth, the information, the community. You understand? Sag and Gemini energy is going to change all of these things about us. You get that? The adventures that we need to have, the travel that we need to have, the expansion that we need to have. Sagittarius says expand, get bigger, go deeper. Squirrel, did you know that Sag is actually a very spiritual, I gotta get off. It's very, very, I have a meeting at 4:00. I'm like talking. It's very spiritual. It's extremely spiritual. I like to laugh about Sag and say, Sag will bring you to God's house and be like, I'll come pick you up later. It knows all the information, all the books, everything it needs to know about how to get to God's house, about how to be spiritual, but doesn't necessarily want to meet God. Why? Because Sag wants to keep it light. Sag wants to keep it happy. Sag is positive. Sag is like, I don't really want to hear what God has to say in case he tells me to leave my husband or my wife, or, to cut my toe off because I have to sacrifice my toe. It'll make everybody better. Sag is like, yeah, I don't need to hear that, but I got everything else before that. I'm saying we're dealing with that time now where that information is going to come up for the very, very, at the very least, keep us responsible. The information keeps us responsible, right? For each other. That makes sense? So whoever has the wherewithal, emotional wherewithal to push it through, to keep going, to see the truth, to go talk to God, is going to be the ones that are leaders in this thing. Oops, did I end this? Leaders in this thing and making us just be more aware of what's true. Life is beautiful, y'all. Life is awesome. Life is so dope. People are really, really beautiful. When we start going past layers and shit of their pain and their story, we can see pure hearts. Focus on the pure heart to get to the truth of the matter of everyone that you're talking to, everybody that you're talking to, in every situation that you're engaged in. Look for the truth, okay? Nothing else will do. Love you all. I gotta go. I hope this helped in some kind of way. Like, comment, share, pass it on. Let folks know that we coming together. We about to do this shit. Here comes the ancestors. Bing. Bye.